I hate to talk about what I dislike in games that I generally like and especially love, like Fallout 4. But we can't deny that each game we love has flaws. I've made a video a few weeks ago about my biggest problem with the game, but I also want to explain 3 more of the core issues that affected my experience in the Boston Commonwealth negatively. So I'm going to run by some flaws I found in my experience in Fallout 4. The Minutemen jobs. On my first playthrough, I found this completely fine and considerably a good addition to the game, but I think we've seen enough Preston Garvey memes to understand how annoying and even frustrating these missions were. Early on, these could be pretty beneficial to your character, but coming from my point of view, when you start to improve your character and move on to bigger things, the settlements in need honestly seem like a waste of time for a while. It is something worth doing on your downtime, but having more than 3 Minutemen quests on my Pip-Boy screen was quite annoying. Number 2, perks and dialogue. Probably the biggest complaint I hear about Fallout 4 was the fact that Bethesda removed the connection between perks and skills affecting dialogue. What I mean is, if you don't recall the previous Fallouts, skill points you invested in certain skills affected what you said to other people. For example, if you wanted your character to be a brainiac and give them a boost in intelligence skill, you could choose special speech options that could possibly outsmart people or talk on the same wavelength as, say, a scientist. This feature was completely removed from Fallout 4, and fans, including myself, weren't happy with this. It definitely alienates Fallout 4 from its RPG genre a little more. Next is the Memory Den. This location in Goodneighbor reminded me of any game with cut content, but I believe the Memory Den was really only made for that one quest you do with Nick Valentine, unfortunately. The thought of stepping in a pod where you could relive your past memory seemed like too good of an idea to pass up, for only one mission. Sadly, that place was only used to interpret the memories of your spouse's murderer, Kellogg. If you ask me, the Memory Den could have been used to relive your pre-war memories with your wife or husband, in order to make up for the short time you had to spend with them in the beginning. In short, the Memory Den could have possibly added more of a sentimental value to the game. Even if it's not pre-war memories, the Memory Den could have definitely been used more than once. Lastly is the ending cutscene. This was the definition of anticlimactic. Not only was it short, it was also absent of telling us what happened to the state of the Commonwealth after what you decide to do with it. Now, the main argument with Fallout 4's not so exciting ending is the fact that you finally get to play after you beat it, a feature that wasn't included in the previous Fallout game. So why would Bethesda continue making an ending where the narrator tells us the things that happen after the protagonist finishes his or her job? But that still doesn't do it for me. If you went with the Brotherhood of Steel and did away with the Railroad or the Institute, there should have been more of a monologue given by the protagonist about how he or she felt about that, or any of the other actions they've completed. That would not have any effect on what you do after the ending and still keep whatever happens after that completely canon. I don't know, it just felt empty. Despite that, I found these flaws relatively small and they didn't affect how awesome the game was overall like a lot of Fallout fans have. Was there a flaw or dislike about Fallout 4 you want to share? Leave a comment. Like, share, and subscribe if you liked the video. Thanks for watching.